Imagine you were bored in quarantine, so you started your own cooking YouTube channel with your parents. A mere 12 months later, not only does it have 400,000 subscribers, you're pulling in $50,000 a month in revenue. Not a bad family business. Let's meet Randy, the creator behind Made with Lau, a cooking channel hosted by his dad, who spent 50 years cooking in Chinese restaurants. Randy, thanks so much for joining. My first question is a crucial one. What is it like running a channel with your parents?
It's definitely interesting because I spent a lot of my adolescence trying to be independent. Now that I'm older, I think I just appreciate getting to spend the time with them. So it's like 99% a positive experience. I think just getting to connect with them and bond with them over this experience has been really special for us. And they've worked so hard their lives, so this is kind of a chance to just celebrate them and their legacies and just to give them recognition for the awesome people that they are.
I love that. A record number of people started channels in quarantine. I took a look at your analytics, and one thing I noticed was the incredible consistency with videos uploaded once a week since you started squarely on September 1st, 2020. I get the feeling you had a very well-prepared plan. Can you tell us about it?
The idea was actually conceived in March. So I spent basically 6 months just kind of figuring out how to film, and we shot actually 8 episodes before we launched, and I scrapped 3 of them because I just didn't like them, and they seemed really rough. So when we launched on September 1st, I actually had 5 videos, 5 weeks worth of videos ready to go, because I knew that I wanted to get to a point where I figured out enough to launch, but I knew that I had still so much to figure out each week.
I often recommend that creators try to stockpile videos ahead of uploading, because it gives you a sense of comfort knowing that you have videos and you're not racing on this hamster wheel trying to make content the week before you upload it. Do you try to stay 5 weeks ahead, or how far are you ahead in the process?
We had a buffer of 5 videos in September, and then that buffer vanished. It was just a lot, I think, to keep up with. So now I haven't missed a week, but there have been weeks where I've made an easier video just to kind of relax a little bit, because it is a lot to maintain. For me, it was important to stay consistent, I think. So I just tried to really keep to that once a week. Now I'm fortunate to have, a small team of people that can kind of offload some of the stuff for us. So editors that can help us get ahead. And then I used to do all the transcribing and translating in our videos. So we have dual subtitles in our videos, and it was me transcribing everything and then handing it off to my cousin, who would spend another 10 hours translating into Chinese. So it was a lot of work. When it was just me, it was 50 to 60 hours a week of per video, which was
wow.
Yeah. Not it was just a lot to take
The
on.
family business is expanding. You got cousins working for you now.
Yeah.
According to analytics, views didn't seem to take off for a while. In fact, I counted 25 videos or so before everything really took off. What kept you motivated during that time?
It may be cliche, but I think you need something to keep you going when things aren't looking as bright externally. For me, I think me getting to spend time with my family and to preserve these recipes for our kids, to kind of deepen my relationship with my parents and my culture, I think gives me a lot of intrinsic motivation. So regardless of, whatever happens with our subscribers and our analytics and our growth, I'm kind of grounded in that, just being able to know that I'm doing something really personally fulfilling.
That makes sense. Now you're bringing in around $50,000 a month, which is amazing. Can you talk a little bit about the various revenue streams that fund that?
In addition to YouTube AdSense, we have our blog, also brings in a pretty substantial revenue stream every month. We have brand deals. After that, we have Patreon, and we have affiliates and other commission-based setups in place.
How do the sponsorships work? Do various food brands kind of reach out to you and invite you to do some sort of brand integration?
there's like a whole ecosystem that I'm diving into. So we've pitched brands ourselves. Brands will directly reach out to us. A ton of agencies out there that represent a bunch of brands and a bunch of creators, and they just kind of connect the two. So I've gotten a lot of brand deals that way. It also kind of helps to network with other creators who are getting brand deals, because we share contacts all the time, and like what did you get paid for that deal? Like, it's just a lot of like networking that and community building that helps accelerate that aspect of it, if that's where you want to head into.
I've talked to other creators as a part of this series, but most of them have existing businesses that they use their YouTube channel to promote. You didn't have an existing business before this, but what do you think is the potential for a business to start a YouTube channel?
The potential is huge on YouTube, because I think if you can get to a point where kind of the scale that a platform like YouTube brings, there's so much like mind-blowing reach that you can have. I think if you can devote the time to create compelling content, it's definitely, there's a ton of potential there, which I've seen this past year.
What would be your one piece of advice for a business owner, a small business owner getting involved with YouTube? Is it to really come up with that well thought out plan and content strategy like you did, or what would it be?
It's definitely worth the investment, I think, if you're able to devote like enough time and resources to it. And I think if you can let your story shine in a way that people connect with, I think there's definitely a lot of value in that. And I think everyone has a story to tell. So I think it's definitely worth looking into, at least if you're a small business thinking about starting YouTube.
What's one video that people should watch first if they're new to your channel?
I think the most like drool-worthy video is our Cantonese chow mein video. It's also our most popular video, probably for that reason. There's also a much easier one, which is our congee video, which is very like, it just reminds me of my childhood and just being like surrounded by a lot of warmth.
Randy, thanks so much for your time. I love the concept of your channel and what you're doing. For everybody else, make sure you go to Made with Lau and subscribe. Thanks, Randy.
Thank you. It was so fun.